Hello everyone, welcome back to Base Damage. Hope you are all doing well. Today, instead of a Community Fridays video, I wanted to bring one of my own deck profiles that I've been working on the side. Yes, it is more Hololive. I figured y'all have y'all been in a drought of Hololive content on the channel. Clearly you needed some more. But no, in all fairness, this was a deck that I even contemplated taking to regionals, but I decided, obviously, to just leave it up to a vote. So obviously I took Caligura because that's what the people in the Discord wanted. But this was another option that I kind of had on the table that I wanted to kind of experiment with, and I have been able to experiment with it quite a bit. It is focused mainly around the level 1 Mume combo and the level 3 Moona from the Ambassador deck. Ever since I saw this particular Moona, I wanted to make a deck with it. I don't know why. It just... The entirety of it just feels really fun, and honestly, that's what this deck has been. It's been really fun to work with. It is still in the testing stages. Even, I'm certain most people at a first glance are going to look at this and go, okay, this has some interesting pieces. Cade, why are you running some of these choices? So let's go over that today. Like I said, this is a work in progress. This is like version probably 2 or 3 of like just different things that I've done for this. I've even contemplated for this, for like an 8 pants build, doing other combos and other like just different things that I wanted to just try to test out since I got like the level 1 Mumes and everything, obviously. I was even contemplating the level 3 Suisei combo that, you know, can blip out your opponent's characters and stuff like that would just, you know, fuck over Overlord, right? So I've contemplated that. And even at one point, Joker and I contemplated splashing that in, like having that with the Moona, but I kind of settled on just the 2 climax combos right here. So let's go over each card as well as reasons I chose particular cards over others. Like I do have reasons for some stuff in here that has felt pretty good to use. So I'm not going to go super in depth on like every single card, but there are some that I just wanted to talk about and just kind of showcase today. So 2 cases of Wishing for a Future with You, Mori Calliope, 3/2/9/5. On attack, you can choose one of your other Hololives. It gains 2k, which does kind of matter with the Moona. We'll get to that in a little bit. And 1 time per turn during the turn that this card is placed on the stage from hand. When damage dealt by this card is canceled, you can mill the top card of your deck. Deal X damage to your opponent, X equals to the level of that card plus 1. So variable burn, very nice. Also, it's free, basically. It's just really nice there. The level 3 Kiata from the Ambassador deck. This is basically the Matsuri stock swap, like almost word for word, but let's go over it. 3/2/10k, lets Weiss Schwarz Takanashi Kiata. When this is played, you can pay 1. Your opponent puts all of their stock into their waiting room, puts the same number of cards from the top of their deck into their stock. 1 time per turn when you use an act, this gains 1,000 power times the number of your opponent's backstage characters. So she can gain like an extra 2k. And if you play that with like a backup or something, she's even bigger. So not like it's going to come up that much, but hey, the stock swap portion is why you run her. This one is the first that I kind of have a reason as to why I run it. The level 3 Suisei, I'm going to go ahead and mention something about the level 3 Moona. The level 3 Moona requires a certain hand size, which is why I ran the Suisei over, say, which I'll show on screen, the level 3, oh man, I can't think of her name. It's the Samurai, I don't know why I can't think of her name. The other level 3 early play, and like I said, it's on screen. I just can't think of her name right now. I'm horrible. Her early play lets you heal. She gets hexproof and all that jazz. Iroha, thank you. But instead, I decided to go with this particular Suisei. 3/2/8/5. You have 4 or more Hololive characters. This gets -1 level and can be played without fulfilling color requirements. This is just a really good card. During your turn, she gets 500 power for each of your other Hololive characters. Or each of your Hololive characters. I know that it's supposed to be other. It doesn't count herself, if I'm not mistaken. When she's placed on stage from hand, you can discard a card to heal the top card of your clock into your stock. It's not like you need excessive amounts of stock in this deck. It's the hand. Like, there have been times that using this particular Suisei as opposed to the Iroha, I was able to get down to the correct hand size to be able to use the Moona Climax combo. So, just stating. The next one is this particular Murasaki Shion. Joker was the one who pointed out this to me. Initially, I was running a particular Iofi level 3 that did some bouncing shenanigans. I have it right here in front of me. It is the Summer Splash Party, and I will show that to the side. It had an effect to basically be able to pay for part of its own cost, but you could bounce a character into your opponent's memory for the duration of the turn, and it would come back later. It's very useful for that bounce out effect to be able to get problem cards off the field. Like if you're up against Shauna with the anti-burn shenanigans. But this Shion did something a bit better. It's a 3/2 10k Murasaki Shion. Placed on stage from hand, look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, put them on top of your deck in any order, then choose up to one of your opponent's characters, return it to their hand. So it still gets a character off the field just like the Eofi would, but this lets you top check, which matters, once again, once we get to the Moona. That top check effect actually matters for your Moona combos. And there's other cards in the deck to help facilitate that combo as well. So this just felt a bit better. The alarm, I don't think I've ever used, but we'll say it. When this is if this card is on top of your clock at the beginning of your main phase, you can pay 1 and discard 1. If you do, return all cards from your waiting room to your deck and shuffle your deck. You're really never going to use this because your Mume's salvage back from waiting room. So just saying, like, you're probably never going to use that effect. So, all right, now the card that I wanted to make this entire deck around. Prayer of Blessings, Moona Hoshinova, 3/2 10k. 1, it's Moona. She's fabulous. She heals 1 on play, always good. When this card attacks, if All Out Goldfish Scooping is in your climax area and your hand has 5 or less cards, that is one of the requirements. Kind of like Gura, I think was 6 or less. I had to double check Gura, but you have to have 5 or less for this. Choose one of the following effects and perform it. Either A, reveal the top card of your deck if that card is a Cherry Blossom event or a Hololive character. Burn 4 for your opponent. Like, that is actually really nice. It's a free last shot Xenon. You just have to meet certain requirements. The 5 or less cards in hand is not difficult to pull off. Like I said, you run the Suiseis to kind of burn your hand a little bit. Totally fair. And then you just have to make certain that you can top check correctly, which, like I said, the Shion does, as well as the level 0 Suisei Brainstorm, which we'll get to in a little bit. The second effect is, at the end of this card's attack, if the character facing this is reversed, you may pay the cost. If you do, deal 2 damage to your opponent. So you get 2 different forms of burn damage. If you need to burn for 4 to really push, you can do that. Or if you need to hit for precise amounts, you can off the second effect. Granted, you have to reverse for that one, but if you don't think that you can reverse, fuck it, burn 4 for free. Why not? Like, it's just really nice, and I really, really like this. So, really simple. The Koyori 3k memory kick back up. Very simple there. The Shishiro Botan. This does a couple things. On play, to stage from hand. Put the top 3 cards of your deck into the waiting room. If there's a climax amongst those cards, choose a level 3 or lower character in your opponent's center stage and put it into their waiting room. It doesn't really come up. I don't think it's ever really happened for me when I've played her, but the main thing you run her for, well, if she gets reversed in battle, she goes to memory. That's whatever. When this card becomes reversed in battle, if the level of the card's battle opponent is higher than your opponent's level, you may put that character at the bottom of your opponent's deck. So, anti-change reverser, very nice. Speaking of anti-change, the Suisei from the Ambassador's deck. 2500 backup. When you use this card's backup, you can discard 2 cards, any 2 cards. Choose one of your opponent's characters with a level higher than their level, put it on the bottom of their deck. This is so good for the bottom decking. It's just really, really nice. So, all right, so here's where we get to the level 1 package. And this I am more experimenting with than anything. We're gonna go a bit out of order here. So let's talk about the Mume. Obviously, this is the level 1 combo you're trying to get more than anything. 1045. When this card attacks, if you have another Hololive, she gains 15. So she becomes a 6k minimum. When this card attacks, if on a Twilight Hill, which is a 1k1, so she'll be a 7, is in your climax zone, and all of your characters are Hololive. Look at the top card of your deck. Choose one event or Hololive character from amongst them. Reveal it to your opponent. Put it into your hand, put the rest into your waiting room. Choose one Hololive character in your waiting room, return it to your hand, and then discard 1 card. So you get to top check, potentially add something to hand, and then you get to grab something back from your waiting room, and you can typically just like filter out your hand with whatever you need at that point. Got too many climaxes, filter them out, you know. I top check to level 0 that I really don't need. I can salvage something back that I do need and discard that. So this Mume can get very big off of some of these packages. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the Eofi. So a 1/1/25. This, at my home, little heart, cute, Irani EO15. She's a level assist to characters in front of her in general, but that actually matters for her next two effects. We're going to state the act first. Act, rest this card, choose another character, and that character gets +1 level until the end of your opponent's next turn. So you can give that to, say, the Moona, and the Moona is now a level 2, so she'll get +1000 from the level assist, and you can still do that to any of your characters to make them bigger and get more level assist. But there's more. At the beginning of your climax phase, choose one of your Hololive characters. That character gets +X power till end of turn. X is equal to that character's level times 1000. So this is really major for the fact of even if you don't bump up Moona by a level, she's basically getting +1500 if you're able to pick one of the Moomays to get like 1000 from her level. But if you bump Moona up to level 2, she gets 1000 from the level assist and then an extra 2000 from this second ability right here. So depending on the EO fees that you have, you can give like one of your Moomays, which hits 7k plus 3k more, making her a 10k level 1. She's going to be weak as shit defensively, but she can get over most anything else. Speaking of getting over stuff, this actually plays into the next one that I want to talk about, which is the level 1 Moona. A step towards the future Moona Hoshinova, 104k. Placed on stage from hand, if you have another Hololive, she gains 2k, so she's a 6k. When this card attacks, if she's facing a level 2 character, she gets an extra 6k power till end of turn. She becomes a 12,000 attack level 2 Slayer. Let's go back to the Yofi. The Yofi says choose another character. You can pick your opponent's level 1s. And now those level 1s that are like huge standby targets that are all buffed and shit, now all of a sudden they're level 2s, and she's going, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Your opponent's level 1 standby targets that are now level 2s are clearly not gonna be able to stop that. And even at 12k, she's gonna get over most level 2 standby targets in general, which is just nuts. To which you could also give buffs to her, or like I said, Moona can get over a good level 1 or level 2 target from the 10k buff that we were talking about before, well, overall 10k. And then the Moona can just get over any like level 2 standby shenanigans, which is just insane. Or level 1s in general, if you just go, cool, I use the EOFI to make you now a level 1, or level 2, I'm sorry. So you can either buff your own characters or level your opponents so that Moona can punch them. I like this. I like this particular package, but I don't think it's fully necessary. I'm contemplating dropping down this particular level 1 Moona down to 3 copies in favor of the other level 1 Moona here and bump it up to 3. This is also from the Ambassador deck. Happy 15th anniversary. Moona is a 1015. This can be played from your hand without fulfilling color requirements. I don't know why she's not used for this sole purpose alone, with the other 2 effects in here being so powerful. I'm going to make another comparison to the Chloe engine from one of the other Hololive decks that I've used before. So she has 2 act abilities. One, you can tap her to give one of your characters 1000 power till the end of your opponent's next turn. Just in general, blanket like 1000 buff, very nice. Choose one of your sorry, I jumped ahead. You can put her into your waiting room, discard a card, choose a character in your waiting room, return it to your hand. So you can like summon a Moona, summon this Moona, tap it, give the Moona a buff, then sack the Moona for her own effect to grab back a second Moona from the waiting room. This is a very similar to the Chloe package with the, there's a level 0 Laplace Darkness, I'll show on screen, that I've been using a whole bunch with the Chloe engine because A, it can search out your specific level 3 Laplace that you need to resonate, but it also has a secondary ability, which is this second ability right here on the Moona, being able to discard a card and sack itself to salvage back something. I use that all the time to get back the Chloes. I've been able to use this a whole bunch to get back the Moomays for her combo and everything. It is wild how useful this level 1 has been, and I'm honestly very, very surprised that this isn't run more. Like I said, you can play it because of the effect, you can play it without fulfilling color requirements. This could be run in any deck with those kinds of engines that you want to reuse as much as possible. So I'm very tempted to bump this up to 3 copies because of that. So that's one of the current changes I'm contemplating. Everything else in here isn't that bad. All right, so Next, we're getting to Summer Splash Party Hakui Koyori is a 00500. If she's in the middle position of your center stage, she gets 3k. When she's put into your waiting room, you can pay 1, put a Hololive character from waiting room to the bottom of your clock. Look at up to 2 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 2 Hololives, add them to hand, put the rest into your waiting room. So everyone knows this. There's literally 2 other cards in Hololive that have this same exact profile, just varying colors. One of them is the Aqua. The other is the Laplace level 0 from the first premium booster. But this is the cheaper of all the options at this point, apparently. This is really fun. I like using this. It helps you color fix. It is so much advantage. It's so good. 3 copies of Aquarium Date for 2 Amane Kanata is a 0015. During your opponent's turn, if your hand has 5 or more cards, this gets +1 level and 1500 power, so she'll be a level 1 3k. When this is placed on stage from your hand, pay 1, put the top card of your deck into your clock, search your deck for a level 1 or lower character, show it to your opponent, add it to hand. Obviously, you're going to be using that Kanata to get your Mumes, to get the combos rolling. It's clearly that's the purpose. I've only got 1 copy of this in here. The Mume does so much salvaging and kind of changing stuff around that I've kind of not used this Reine as much, but I also like Reine, so it's whatever. This is a very good card, though. It's a 00500, time just for 2 of us, Pavolia Reine. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can discard a card, reveal the top card of your deck, choose a level X or lower character in your waiting room, return it to your hand, execute to the level of the revealed card. She does have a very fun bouncing back effect during this card's battle. When damage you received is canceled, you may return this to your hand. So I've done that in games where I've bounced her back to my hand like once or twice, and it's just really fun. So you can't like salvage back your level 0s that you need, because you do want to make certain that you get this particular Suisei. This is like really like one of the best cards in the entire deck. It's so insane. 1 copy of the Ina and Takagram Ninomai Inanis. It is the Climax Swapper of the deck. Typically, I like running 2 copies of the Climax Swappers, but this is 8 pants. You can get away with it. So I only have 1 copy of her in here. Her second effect is look at up to 2, on play, look at up to 2 cards from the top of your deck, put them back on top of your deck in any order, which is, once again, extremely useful because you need to be able to top check with Mume and with Moona, both of them. This was just kind of a flex spot. I wanted to put in the Moona Hoshinova Drop Searcher. 0015, middle position of center stage, she gets 2k, so she'll be a 35. On play, pay 1, pitch 1, search your deck for a Hololive. It's just kind of a flex spot just for the sake of having it. This one's been really nice to look at. Oh, also fun to play. 0015, taking a bath with you, Shirogane Noelle. If there's a marker underneath her, she gets +1 level and 1500 power. But how do you get a marker under her, Cade? I'm getting there. When this is placed on stage from hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a Hololive character, you may put it face down underneath this card as a marker. There. Happy? I'm happy. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you may move this card to an open position of your center stage with a character facing this card. Because she gets the +1 level, she's kind of more valuable than just your typical, oh, this is a marker and it can run. So she becomes a 3k, but she becomes a level 1. She can just go, okay, cool, you have a reverser, it does nothing to her. And she can run in front of characters and everything. It's just really good as like a starting level 0. Between her and the Hakui Koyori, both of those are like your great starting cards. This is, I literally want to say this Suisei is the backbone of the deck. Everyone uses this for like the Chloe engine for obvious reasons. 0015, Prayer of Blessings, Hochimachi Suisei. Also, I love, like with this, with the Moona, with all the ones from the Ambassador deck and everything, I love like the stained glass window, like art style. It's really cool. She's a Brainstormer. Pay 1, rest 1, mill 4 for each climax, salvage back a character. Really cool. The main thing, I mean, obviously you're going to be using her Brainstorm a bunch, but her first effect is where, oh my goodness, she is so good. When your climax is placed on your climax area, choose one of your characters. That character gets the following ability till end of turn. When this card attacks, look at up to 2 cards from the top of your deck. Choose 1 card amongst them, put it on top of your deck, and put the rest into your waiting room. You get to pick what your trigger is going to be. So you can play your climax, and no matter whether it is the Mume or the Moona, you can make certain that it's going to be a hit. Like I said, for the Moona, you have to reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a particular event, which we don't run Cherry Blossom in this one, even though it's a good event, I don't run it in here. Or a Hololive character. You basically just give the Moona this effect to make certain that you're going to reveal a Hololive character. And you're guaranteed to just go, cool, swing, burn 4. Like, almost guaranteed every single time. Which is just phenomenal. Like, that's just so insane. And obviously, the way that this works with the Mume It's all the more important for the Mume. No, I mean, obviously very important if you want to do the 4 burn, but with Mume, her effect is twofold. You do the top check and then add to hand, but even if you don't add something to hand, you can still do the second half of the climax combo, which is salvage and discard. So you can still do that no matter what, but it does kind of suck if you can't get like one additional card to kind of help like with the filtering. Like, it's one thing if you are able to reveal like your level 3 Moona or maybe another copy of Mume. It's good when you can see those and add those to hand. It's really nice when that happens. So the top checking effect also helps with that. But if you reveal a climax, you don't get to add anything. You can still salvage, but you can't really, you're not like plussing off of it. The top check and add to hand is the plussing aspect of it, whereas the salvage and discard's just a good hand filtering effect. It's still good, don't get me wrong. But because it's a twofold effect, this Suisei first effect, because you want to have like 2 Suiseis in the back row if you can help it by the time you get like the Moonas out. But even if you have to use like one of these and the Eofi back row, like it's totally fine. I like focusing, like whether you get the Eofi or not, it really doesn't matter. But it's really, really nice if you can typically have like 2 Mume and 2 Suisei, so you can ensure that you're more than likely ensure that you're gonna get the top check add to hand and then still filter whatever you need, as well as if you needed to play 2 Moona, like 2 Moona and then maybe a Kali is like a really good end board, where you have the variable cancel burn from the Kali, and then 2 of the Moonas that you can go, cool, here's also 2 Suiseis. Give the Moonas the top check ability so I can confirm burn 4 for next to no cost whatsoever. So anyway, that's enough of the ranting. That is the deck. 4 copies of On a Twilight Hill, the pants trigger for Mume. 4 copies of All Out Goldfish Scooping for the Moona. I want to get the shinies, but I also don't want to mess them up. So I kind of want like a shiny of the climax. Funny enough, as I'm recording this, I literally think as I'm recording this, Mume is having her graduation. So big sad in the chat there. But love you, Mume. If you ever see this, you were close to my heart and Joker's, especially Joker's. He was hunting your SRs. Anyway, that is going to be it for us today. Like I said, this is kind of a work in progress. I want to make a couple more tweaks to this deck and just see what other cards I can kind of shuffle around and try out new stuff with. And even like I said, like probably the first thing that I would want to tweak and adjust is the Eofi and Moona level 1 package. I want more of this particular level 1 Moona because it's just so damn strong in terms of being able to get your Mumes back. Hell, you could use it to search and get a Suisei from the waiting room if you absolutely needed to. Like, it's just so good. But also the power pumping to make certain that you can get over cards honestly has come up a lot, even not in standby decks. Making certain that I can just get over big cards has really come in handy, especially when it's like next to no cost other than just tap this character and just give free blanket buffs. It's just kind of crazy when it comes to that, and I've honestly been very, very surprised by how good and fun this package is. So this whole deck is just super fun. I've been ranting about it for 20 minutes now, so I just wanted to share this today. This is a work in progress. I want to work on this more. I want to make this a good deck. I feel it's very good right now, but always want to try to make improvements type thing. So thank you all very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. If you want to join the Discord, link will be in the description. If you want to do all the cringy YouTuber shenanigans of liking the video, subscribing, all of that, it would be greatly appreciated. And if you just want to talk Hololive, hell, like I said, join the Discord. We chat Hololive all the time. We're unfairly addicted, so that's whatever. But we will be signing off. We'll see y'all on the flip side. Stay based.